Hello and welcome back to more Norwich City bouncing back here on the channel, and it's the end of a very long, very stressful, successful, but ultimately quite emotional and sad of a season. And today we will be taking a bit of a break from the Norwich City club action and taking charge of the England national side instead, because there's no better way to relieve stress and avoid emotional torment than managing the England national side. So of course we will be taking charge of England today at the European Championships, which somehow they are the holders of. They won it 4 years ago with Sir Sean Dyche in charge. Can we get a knighthood? Is that something we're going to be able to achieve? We can only speculate. It's going to be interesting. I think that is fair to say. We're going to be playing all of the group stage matches today. That's going to be Austria, Belgium and Romania. And then next time will be the knockout action, which may be 1 game, it may be 4, you just don't know. So it's been a while since we've covered any England action, and let's bring you through the team. It is a team principally of real players. There's a few regens in here, but mainly it is real players who you will be more or less familiar with. This is going to be my preferred lineup, and then we'll go through the squad. We've got Aaron Ramsdale in goal. He is still really the best English goalkeeper in the save, but Dean Henderson is of course here as backup, as well as Sebastian Weir, one of the regens. He's at Sheffield United. The defence is getting up there, but it's experienced. We've got Ben Chilwell at left back. No Max Aaron's in the squad because I didn't want to bring 3 right backs. We have brought Drew Warburton, though, who's had a pretty solid season at Manchester United, the second regen in the team. Centre backs, obviously, the first choice partnership will be Norwich City legend Fikayo Tomori and Joe Gomez. We've also got Axel Tuanzebe. This is where we don't have any sort of direct fourth choice, but Declan Rice can obviously play there as well. And Jack Edwards from Borussia Dortmund, he's another regen in the team, although they are principally in the squad as defensive midfielders. Right back is obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold, and also we've got Reece James as well. And then midfield, so Declan Rice is going to be anchoring the midfield, but we've also got Jack Edwards here from, he's always at Bayern Munich now. They bought him, as they so often do, from Borussia Dortmund. He's pretty good, so that's where he's principally going to be covering for Rice in that position. Central midfield, Mason Mount is going to be playing in the box-to-box role because he's just still really good at that kind of thing. We haven't got a direct sort of cover for him, but obviously Edwards can play there really well. Arguably should be starting and may well do so as the tournament goes on. And Jude Bellingham actually is pretty well suited to playing in that kind of position. Attacking midfield, then there's a lot of players that can play here. Phil Foden is going to start for us, but apparently Trent Alexander-Arnold is the best option for it. But anyway, Phil Foden will start, but obviously all the other midfielders pretty much can play there, principally Mount and Bellingham as well. And of course James Maddison is here along for the ride. We might need his set pieces later on in the tournament. Of course, I've said all that. I've completely forgotten the fact that we do actually have a solid box-to-box midfielder backup in that I've brought Hamza Chowdhury along for the ride as well. Again, maybe not necessarily really deserving of a place, but he's a solid player, does a reliable job for us, so we're happy to have him here. The wings are, again, it's an array of attacking talent. I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho from the start, although we've got Michael Hansen to maybe come in. In fact, he will come in because he was injured for the last game. He is the star of the team, really. Has developed exceptionally well at Liverpool. We've also got Raheem Sterling still, who's holding up quite well, and then a lot of other players like Bellingham can play on the wings too. In terms of striker, that's really the big notable absentee. Harry Kane is not here. He's too slow now, so I haven't brought him along. Mason Greenwood will be the first choice striker for the bulk of the tournament. You can see why. He's really very good. And in terms of a pure backup striker, well, I mean, obviously Hansen and Rashford can play there, so it's not too much of an issue. But in terms of the actual designated backup, we've got this man here, Tony Weston, who doesn't look particularly amazing, but he's very prolific. You may recall several years ago, we lost a match to Crystal Palace. We were 2-0 up, we binned it off and lost 3-2. This man got, I believe, a hat-trick, certainly 2 goals in that game. Well, he's gone off to Celtic and he is doing exceptionally well, so kind of had to pick him because he's so prolific. So we've got Austria up first. So in terms of the lineup for this one, we're going to go with the sort of main 11. I think ideally we play this in the first 2 games, win the first 2 games, and then we can rest them all for the third one. There is going to be a new series starting on the channel soon, which will focus exclusively on international management. And the main thing about international management is you can't rest players between fixtures. So this is going to be a nightmare, which we're all going to have to endure, but we'll go with this one for now. Let's see if we can beat Austria. Mainly the best sort of quality Austrian players are in the defence. Stefan Poch, Marasic, Lehmer as well, Hannes Wolfo, and Yusuf Demir are quite good in the forward areas. This is not going to be straightforward, but I'm expecting nothing but a win from these boys. We are a quality side with a lot of world-class players. Right, we're underway. Alexander-Arnold with a throw. Hansen is not particularly fit, but we need him to be performing here. Gets the ball back from his Liverpool teammate. It's going into the box, and apparently we've got a foul going on there. Apparently it looks like we might be getting a penalty, and indeed it is. I didn't really see anything to justify that, but it is a penalty. Who is going to be taking it for us? I reckon it's going to be Greenwood. It's Marcus Rashford. He's feeling confident. Is he going to score? Yes, he is. Confident penalty from Marcus there. Really strong one there, and we are on our way. Of course, we've got to maintain this now, and Austria looking to counter immediately. Phil Foden is a bit slow to that, but Mason Mount recovers the danger well, and now Foden goes for a run. It's a good effort. Well, we've had a few chances to extend our lead, but nothing too exciting. But we've got to make sure we see this one out. It's been a strong performance so far. A second goal would certainly help. Alexander-Arnold to Mason Mount. Back Declan Rice, really controlling the play at the moment. Beautiful ball from Rice. It's found its way to Marcus Rashford. Can he grab a second? Yes, he can. What a hit from Marcus Rashford. Powerful strike, crashing off the bar, over the line. Fantastic goal. This is what we like to see. Beautiful ball. I mean, the ball from Rice is outstanding. The whip on that is fantastic. Great team play. And then Rashford with a great strike. The power of that one was excellent. Right, we are well in control. I'm making some changes. I brought Bellingham on for Foden. The fitness already for some of these guys is quite concerning, given how early we are into this tournament. The time is ticking away here. It's been a very solid, confident display. Very comprehensive victory. Not necessarily in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of the dominant performance. Nothing really for Austria at all in this one, and it's going to be 3 points to kick off the campaign. Very nice indeed. Not a bad way to start things off at all. Now, the system that we're using is, well, it's the system we were using with Norwich before this season. So we do still have Tamori as a ball-playing defender rather than a central defender. And then we also are not playing a high line. We're playing a standard line. So certainly worked in that game. We'll see if we need to make the switch over the rest of the tournament. Now, in the other game in our group, Romania has scored a 94th minute equaliser against Belgium to get a draw there. That's potentially really helpful when it comes to the final group match. We've got Romania next. If we can beat them, we'll qualify with a game to spare and potentially even win the group. And in fact, Belgium have actually lost their second game 1-0 to Austria. So, well, they were the one I was mostly concerned about, obviously, given their reputation, but seemingly not. So I think if we win this game, we will qualify for sure, and I think we might even win the group. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but, well, let's just win the game. Romania often the source of cheap wonder kids at the start of the game. For example, Ioannis Hagi, they're decent. This is not going to be easy at all, especially because Ben Chilwell's just been sent off. I mean, literally 4 minutes in, and our experienced, multiple title winning left back has been given a straight red card for a moronic challenge when there was no danger on at all. I'm trying to sound calm. I'm still thinking we got the quality to win this game, but what an absolute moron. Oh, I think I'm gonna get rid of Phil Foden. He was actually quite bad in the previous match, and I think that's probably the best move. We'll move Mason Mount over because he's natural there, and then Declan Rice can come in there. We'll go with Mount as a box-to-box, and we'll go with Rice as a deep-line playmaker. Not great, really. We seem to be dominating the game, but we haven't managed to create any opportunities, as is generally more difficult when you've only got 10 players on the pitch. But let's see what we can do. Alexander-Arnold racing through, puts a cross in. Marcus Rashford's there. He stays on side. He heads it in, and he's got 2-2. Another good team goal. I've said he's got 2-2. He's not got 2-2, has he? He's got 3-2 because he got both goals last time. He scored the penalty as well. It's the Marcus Rashford show, and we've got the lead. Let's hope we can maintain it. Mason Mount with a free kick on the right-hand side plays it in. Joe Gomez is there to finally stop it being only Marcus Rashford on the score sheet. Joe Gomez makes it 2, and, well, we're looking pretty good. This is a good performance. This is still the first half. The fact that we're 2-0 up, going down to 10 men so early, is encouraging. Well, Trent Alexander-Arnold has given the ball away from a throw. That's less encouraging, and we're trying to sweep it back up. We have Joe Gomez with some good defending, potentially even a counter on here. Still 1 minute of the first half left to play. Marcus Rashford to Mason Mount. Plenty of options here. Michael Hansen is there. He looked very offside to me, but apparently he's onside, and it's 3-0. I think I would have preferred it if we weren't playing with 10 players, but we'll take what we have to work with. Mason Mount with some good work, lovely through ball. Hansen, I guess he's been played on side by the two centre-backs, and it's a tidy finish from the Liverpool man. Let's look at this one. I mean, well, yeah, that guy was playing him on. I'm sure we've scored goals like that which have been discounted before. Anyway, very good first half performance despite the man disadvantage, and I think we will be safely progressing to the knockout round. Let's not do anything stupid though. First opportunity for Romania, and they've scored from it. Sikaladao, maybe, probably completely butchered that. I mean, if there's any Romanian people watching, welcome, first of all. Second, I can only apologise for that simple goal from them. Very sloppy. I mean, Aaron Ramsdale, is he Dean Henderson in disguise? I think we'll be alright. If we can grab a fourth, that would make it safe. Mason Mount has found Marcus Rashford. It's a good tackle from Mania to deny him. We can get another goal. That would sort of just make things completely safe. Would be sort of, preferable. Mount flicks it in. Sancho's off the bench. He's very close. 85 minutes in, Romania have got a corner. Another goal for them would maybe be a concern. It's cleared well by Tomori. Sancho is racing free. He's got support from Tony Weston. Doesn't seem to be wanting to go forward, but Sancho's going to go himself, and it's an easy save from Radu. And there we go. Despite the early scare of the red card, we do successfully win that one without any major issue at all. It's a 3-1 win, 6 points, and we are safely through to the knockouts, potentially as group winners. Well, we are through, but we haven't won the group yet, because if we lose to Belgium and Austria beat Romania by enough of a goal swing, then they can overtake us. Unless we get absolutely trashed by Belgium, I think we should still be alright. So I'm going to give everybody a rest for that game. And so we will fully rotate for the final game against Belgium, which means Dean Henderson gets to play for England, which is a wonderful experience for him. Warburton, Twanzebe, Edwards and James in the defence. Chowdhury is going to be playing at the base of the midfield because that just seems to work the best. Bellingham and Maddison ahead of him. Sterling, Sancho and Tony Weston up front. So it'd be nice to win this game to keep the momentum going, but it is more or less meaningless. I mean, we are going to be qualifying whatever happens, and maybe actually finishing second in the group might be better than if we win it, and we certainly was the case for England in the World Cup in Russia, but we've intercepted the ball well there and look to now counter against a Belgium side who have underwhelmed in the tournament so far. Can we work a chance? Jadon Sancho on the right hand side looking to stretch his legs, racing forwards. Is he going to get a shot away? He can. He's not far wide. Raheem Sterling on the left hand side cuts in, goes for the shot. It's another good effort. Both wingers with good opportunities. So we've had the better chances, but still no breakthrough, and is 0-0 in the other game as well, which means it's absolutely fine. We will be winning the group if everything stays the same. Well, Belgium have a corner which they're looking to play in, and they've scored. Daniel Shepers has made it 1-0, which is really appreciated. They've done absolutely nothing all game, and then a simple set piece is able to give them a lead. And oh look, did you see that in the bottom left corner? Austria have scored, and we're still top of the group though because of our goal difference. We are still okay, but I want to keep the momentum going and at least avoid defeat in this one if we can. Some very poor performances out there, that's for sure. I'm not going to make any changes though because I want to make sure the preferred 11 are as fit as possible. Into the closing stages, nothing else happening. Oh, here's something. It's a goal kick from Belgium, which has been intercepted well by Reece James. Not the best effort from Thibaut Courtois. James has just been kicked over by Jeremy Doku there, and apparently that's not a foul. Bellingham responds in kind, which is good to see. But if anything, this is going to be a Belgium highlight, which, I mean, Chowdhury's gone in there again. He's on a yellow card with slide challenges all over the place, varying degrees of success, and it's going to be a chance for Belgium. It's going to be, I thought it was a penalty there. Potentially, it's not. It's actually going to be a counter for us. Sancho on the turn, cuts inside, beats one challenge, still going, doesn't manage to beat a second one. It goes back to Chowdhury. Maddison forward, Sancho gets it again, and Jadon Sancho has managed to rescue a late equaliser. Great work from Sancho initially, unlucky with the initial challenge, but we get lucky afterwards with the recovery from Chowdhury, quick thinking from Maddison, and Jadon Sancho puts it away for 1-1. And there we go, good bit of fight from the second string. We avoid a defeat and we qualify as group winners without any real issues. We've knocked Belgium out with that, which is much appreciated, and our second round opponents will be Sweden, familiar opponents for England in various international tournaments. Those are the second round matches: Greece, Italy, Croatia, Germany, Switzerland, Holland, Russia, France, Portugal, Austria, Norway versus Ukraine, us versus Sweden, and Spain versus Denmark. Some tricky opponents still left in. How far we get remains to be seen, but that will be next time. We have got all of the knockout matches coming up then. It could just be one, in which case it will be a very short video. It could be 4, in which case it may well be very long. I reckon it's going to be somewhere in the middle, and we're going to get knocked out in the semi-final. But anyway, that will be tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you next time.